Okay, part 2 of the video. Here are the examples. Write a linear equation that contains the point 8, 6 and is perpendicular to 6x plus 3y equals 12. So the first thing we have to do is we have to get our slope from our equation. So we need to rearrange this into y equals mx plus b form. So I need to take my 6x and move it to the other side. And when I do that, there's going to be a sign change. And now I have positive 3y equals 12 minus 6x. And I need to divide by positive 3. Every term gets divided by positive 3. And my y equals mx plus b format is 4. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2x. And there's my slope-intercept form of my equation. So I'm going to go ahead and graph this line. So I need to start with my y-intercept of 4. And my slope is a negative 2. And remember, your slope has to be a ratio. So if your slope is a negative 2, to make it a ratio, you simply put it over 1. Or you put a 1 in the denominator. So I know that because it's negative, my line has to slant down like the nice negative line. So I'm going to go down to right 1 and make a point. Down to right 1. Down to right 1. And I'm going to continue that same down and right pattern until I run out of graph space. And I'm going to connect my points. And now I have to draw the other side or the back side of my graph line. So I'm going to go up to right 1. Up to right 1. So if I go in the opposite direction, I'm going to continue that nice negative slant or angle. So there is the equation, the graph line for my linear equation, y equals 4 minus 2x. But I want to write a linear equation that is perpendicular to this line. And when you see perpendicular, you need to think opposite reciprocal. Hopefully that was the pattern that you saw with the slopes. Opposite meaning that there's a sign change. It's going from positive to negative, or it's going from negative to positive. So if I look at my slope, it's negative, which means it's going to change to a positive. It's going to have a positive sign change. Reciprocal means that you flip the fraction, which is why I chose to write my whole number slope as a fraction, because I knew I needed to flip it to make a perpendicular line. So what that means is that my numerator, my top number, becomes my denominator, and my denominator becomes my numerator. So the bottom number goes to the top and becomes 1/2. So my new slope, positive 1/2 of my perpendicular line, is 1/2. I'm going to use my 0.86 that they gave me. And now I'm going to write my equation in point slope form. So it's y minus my output value of 6 equals my slope of 1/2 times the difference of x and my input value, which is 8. So it's going to be x minus 8. So now I'm going to recopy this equation up here. Y minus 6 equals 1/2 times x minus 8. And I'm going to now use my 3 steps to rearrange my equation to slope-intercept form. So the first thing I have to do is multiply by my slope and distribute my slope, which is 1/2.